Hello, good afternoon, and a lazy afternoon it is because it's a Sunday. I know that, guys. But we had such an amazing response from you guys that URL 2020 is officially back to entertain you again, yet again. And we are back on a weekend. And I know it's a very lazy weekend. It's a quarantine weekend and it's a lazy weekend. And you guys are out there probably on the couch or sleeping or trying to take a nap. But don't you worry, because in the next 1 2 hours, we are going to take all that dullness away and it's going to be an amazing afternoon. Okay. And as I tell you, I'm going to guarantee you that for every minute that you spend with us, it is going to be definitely worth it. And that's our promise. Myself, Anisha Rai, and I am your host for today. And I was supposed to be joined by this beautiful lady, and I know you're looking forward. And we are supposed to have Akanksha Manglani with us, but it's an unfortunate even that she is not with us today. But I'm going to try and make up for her absence, although that's going to be one extremely difficult and magnanimous task. But I'll try to put in the effort. Try to bear up with me because you'll see less of me and more of amazing talent that we have in store for you today. So, before we officially kickstart with URL 2020, the weekend blast, we need to know what URL 2020 is all about because I assume you must have forgotten what the entire motive of URL 2020 is. And it is basically an infotainment, the first of its kind that NSHM School of Media and Communication has curated. It has been powered by ABP Education, CRY, PR Signal, 91.9, Friends FM, and 7 Boats. And our official event partnership is done by Wild Strawberry. To everyone who is associating with us, we are truly, truly, truly grateful to have you on board with us today for this amazing session that we have planned for you. You guys do not know what I'm talking about? Then let's take a few moments to know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see what URL 2020 has in store for you all guys today. Now you know what we have in store for you. I mean, we put an earnest effort to curate an amazing session for you guys. And you know what? We have a very unique highlight of our show, and that is URL Talks. You know what URL is all about, right? It's not just plain boring entertainment, it's infotainment. So we try and bring to you amazingly talented and highly expertised professionals who are so expertised that they are here, and we are thrilled to be the platform where we are able to bring them on board with us to share a few small secrets of their amazing skills. Because let us be honest, we all need a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of knowledge, and a little bit of skill learning in this entire quarantine situation. And that is what URL is going to do with its URL talk sessions. Now, for today, we have the amazingly talented Golpo Didi. You know who I'm calling Golpo Didi? We have with us today Priyanka Chatterjee, who is also popularly known as Golpo Didi, and rightfully so, because she is an international story consultant. And as I tell you, amazingly multi-talented. And why so? Because she is an MBA as a gold medalist and alumni of International Institute of Storytelling from Emerson College, UK. She's a director of Storytelling, Education and Arts India Council, founder and director of Wild Strawberry, who is also our event sponsorship for today. And she has spent a long tenure in Fortune 500 MNCs and leading Indian media house. But if I keep on blabbing and blabbing and blabbing, you won't understand the impact that she can truly create with her words and communication. So I think it is more justified that we have her on board to let you guys know how mesmerizing she can be with her sessions. Please let us have Priyanka Chatterjee on board with us today.
Thank you so much, Anisha. That was a vivid and lively introduction. Thank you so much, NSHM and
And I think
URL20.
I did a very small job, because I think if I keep on telling people, they are not going to understand the magnanimity of the impact that you can truly create with your words. So I think it is best left to the audience that they get to experience that surreal experience that they're going to have with your words and from your knowledge and from your secrets. So I'm giving it all over to you to start off and kickstart URL 2020 on the right note. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anisha. Thank you so much, URL2020 and NSHM for having me over here. So here I go. Ta na na ta na 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 na. 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 I guess many of you have heard this particular tune, if not all, because a lot of you come from Gen Z. But in our generation, when I was around like in class 3 or 4, at that time there used to be only two television channels, unlike now, when it's all over the place. So that time there only used to be Doordarshan and DD2. And this tune will come over, take place, and everybody will be mesmerized. And this will be around 9 to 9:30 p.m. So I was not allowed because it was quite late to watch. But this happens to be Malgudi days, as you have rightly guessed. I was not allowed to watch, but that tune is still stuck in my head. And that tune I hum when I'm sad, I hum when I'm happy, and sometimes I hum when I'm not that conscious about humming. Like all of us have that one or two tunes that we are totally in love with. Similarly, for stories, like there are some stories that our parents or grandparents have been telling to us time and again, and we have remembered it by heart, but we all like to hear it once again. So would you like to let me know in chat what had been your moment, your story moment from your childhood? What was your favorite story that your parents or grandparents that used to tell you? And not only those tales that come from books, there are those tales that come from folk tales, myths, legends, but also the stories that we create during our lifetime. Per se, the first time you kissed, the first time you grabbed hold of your baby in your arms, the first time you took Sat Fere, or the first time you were promoted to the Hall of Fame. There are so many stories we keep creating all throughout our lives, and we try to reiterate time and again. But today's story is not about us. Today's story is about a lady who had one story and one song inside her, but she utterly could express it. Ta na na ta na 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 na. Ta na na ta na 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 na. Malgudi days, as Manjari says. Yes. आप मुझ मेरे साथ क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं? मेरा यकीन कीजिए, मैंने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया. So I have to believe you. You want to tell me I have to believe you? In spite of whatever I have seen in my own eyes, I have to believe you, क्या? मेरा यकीन कीजिए, मैंने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया. आप क्यों मेरी बात नहीं मान रहे? I have seen with my own eyes, Madhuja. And see, we can't live in the same premise. We can't live under the same roof after whatever I have seen with my own eyes. 10 years of living together and you give me this, Madhuja. मैं कहाँ जाऊंगी, किसको मुंह दिखाऊंगी? प्लीज मेरे साथ ऐसा मत कीजिए. See, I will tell you. Tonight, I am going to leave. Okay? Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, there will be a car waiting outside our house. You pick up your bag, you pick up your belongings, and you leave. I don't want to see your face again. Please, mujhe maaf kijiye. The husband picked up the blanket because he knew he can't spend time anymore under the same premises. He left the house. He opened the door. He came to the bylands of Chennai. And over there, children were continuously reciting, Unna eira munna nala, unna eira munna nala, unna eira munna nala. He further crossed the bylane and came to the broader lanes. And over there, he could hear the couples sharing laughter. They're pulling each other's leg. They're sharing what has happened throughout the day in the office or what gossip is there in store. He grabbed his blanket and he walked further. And he came to the broader streets. And over there, he could hear the parents, they're putting their toddlers off to sleep because toddlers go off to sleep a little early. Ta na na ta na 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 na. Ta na na ta na 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 na. He walked further with his blanket, and finally he could see the big archway of the monkey temple. He crossed that and he came to the wide courtyard of the temple. He crossed that and he went to the right. Over there, there was the place where the deity lived. He walked. He kept his blanket under. He spread his blanket and he lied down on his back, looking at the roof and remembering all those scenes from all his life, the 10 years that he has spent with Madhuja. The first scene, I'm sure you all have heard about slideshows. You are working with television, you are working with things which are fast moving like that in front of Shivesh's eyes. All the things kept moving. The first scene, for the first time, Amma and Akka, they came quickly and they said, Shivesh, we got a beautiful proposal for you. And the girl looks so lovely. She just resides in the next village. Would you come with us? The next scene, Shivesh and Amma and Akka, all of them are sitting in Madhuja's place. And Madhuja happened to be so shy. Madhuja's chin is resting on her chest and she is grabbing hold of this fried idli tray and this filter kapi, and she is not lifting her eyes, and they thought Madhuja must be squint. No, she was not. Third scene, Madhuja standing with the beautiful, gorgeous red kanjivaram, with the beautifully made bun and the beautiful garland of jasmine. Talking about jasmine, the fourth scene, Shivesh and Madhura, they are spending their first night. Candles lit up, beautiful aroma of jasmine filling up the air. Fifth scene, quarrel. Sixth scene, fights. Seventh scene, quarrel. Eighth scene, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. 10 years passed in front of Shivesh's eyes. All through quarrel, quarrel, quarrel. And hardly Shivesh knows when actually he fell asleep. And within some time, when he was actually lying down in the temple premise on his blanket, looking at the roof, he fell asleep. And in the middle of the night, something happened. He woke up with a start, and all that he could see, it was not dark anymore. The whole temple premise was beautifully lit with small candles, with bigger ones, with medium ones, and they were all over the place, like in front of the courtyard, like over there on that cupboard in front of the deity. It looked beautiful. Not only that, the whole place once again filled up with the beautiful aroma of the jasmine flower. And the candles, to his utter surprise, they could speak, as if they were having some AGM, some annual general meeting, and they were clearly, they were waiting for somebody to come. And they were blabbering and chattering and speaking and sharing gossip. And that time, Shibesh could see from very far, from the bylanes, through the lanes and through the broader streets, crossing the archway into the courtyard in front of the deity, came a very small candle, huffing and panting. I am so sorry. I am late. But something has actually happened in my house today. My mistress and my master, they were actually fighting. And all the candles, they quickly gathered around and they asked, Chotu, kya hua, Chotu? You share with us. We are all yours. Kya hua? What happened between your mistress and master? Chotu started sharing. Chotu talked about how the mistress actually had one story and one song hidden inside her that she kept hiding for 10 long years. And every time she thought of sharing, there were quarrels, and there were fights, and there were hot discussions. And that story and the song always lied within. And today is the day. Today was the 10th anniversary of my mistress and my master. And today, Modhuja, my mistress, she decided to share it with others, with her neighbors, with her partner. But today was the day, the story and the song hidden inside. They decided to take revenge. Because who doesn't know when a story and a song keeps being there for a long time, keeps suppressed, they decide to take revenge on you. That's what they did. So today, the story and the song, they had a long meeting inside Modhuja, and they decided to come out today. Today was the day. Today they are going to trick Shibesh. So quickly, the story turned itself into a pair of sandals, and it waited outside Modhuja and Shibesh's house. And the song, it converted itself into a male shawl, and it kept hanging itself from a peg on the wall. And they kept waiting for that moment when Shibesh will come back after work. It was evening time. Shibesh came in and he looked at the pair of chappals, the sandals, asked Madhuja, Madhuja, who had been there? Like this pair of chappals? मुझे नहीं पता what you are talking about. I don't know whose are this. आप अंदर आ जाइए. Anyway, the husband, Shibesh, he walked in and he was pretty tired. He forgot about his anniversary. So he decided to change. He decided to take a bath. And that moment inside the bedroom, when he was just about to take the towel and just about to hang his sweaty shirt, what did he see? I know that you know. It was a male shawl, that is a song, converted song that was hanging from the peg on the wall. Madhuja, to whom does this belong? Where is this person? Inside the bedroom? In the toilet? Under the bed? Inside the cupboard? What did you do, Madhuja? मुझे नहीं पता आप किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. मुझे नहीं पता सच में. And guys, I can't tell you what happened after that. And my master, he left house with a blanket, and my master has told he has given ultimatum that by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, my mistress has to leave. And that's what will happen. And I don't know what is going to be my future. Maybe I'll be here, maybe I'll leave, but he will be my friends forever. And all the candles, they were gathered around Chotu. They immediately started blabbering and chattering about future. They were so busy that they could hardly notice that somebody has picked up the blanket, somebody has folded the blanket, somebody has picked it up, grabbed it, and is crossing the white courtyard, is crossing the white archway, is crossing the broad street, is crossing the narrower lanes, and is coming to the narrow sublanes, and finally opening the door. It was still dark, and Madhuja was sitting there all alone. Shibesh came. Madhuja, you didn't tell me that you have a story inside you, that you have a song to share. Would you like to share? And that night was the longest night when Madhuja and Shibesh, they made love for the longest time until the first rays of sunlight fell down on their house. And the whole place filled up with the same aroma of jasmine flower. Ta na na ta na 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 na. Ta na na ta na 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 na. So, guys, that was my story. Now, my question to you, because I'm going to talk about brain science of storytelling through a story. I could have done this with a presentation as well, right? But my question to you is, will that be similarly effective? If you are sitting in front of a classroom or a corporate boardroom in front of a PowerPoint, huge PowerPoint with a lot of bullet points over there, what actually happens? Shomodip, thank you so much. What actually happens over there? So you are seeing through the bullet points, and inside your brain, only the language development section is getting activated. But what happens to the other section? The teller is trying to communicate you certain pointers. From point A to point B, you have to go. You can go like this, you can go like this, you can go like this, right? There can be multiple ways. But the teller wants to tell you this particular way, say, per se. But the problem is, because only the language development part is actually working upon, what happens is, we as human beings are always into meaning making, are always into making a sense of story. So since this is only an information, point A to point B, the listener tries to make sense, tries to make their own story. And what happens is, jana tha Japan, pahunch gaye Cheen, samajh gaye na. So instead of coming like this, we make up our own way inside our mind, and we make up our own story. So the teller had to tell one story and the listener heard another. So there's a huge gap inside the communication channel. And you being students, you all must have heard about noise in the communication channel. Moment you are trying to communicate information without a story, there's a lot of noise inside this channel. Now my question to you, you all have like passed class 10, right? You have come up till this level. You must have heard about the formula of buoyancy. Now, if I ask you immediately, tell me the formula of buoyancy, how many of you remember? But when I ask you about Mahabharata, Ramayana, Manjari was talking about Panchatantra stories, immediately you will jump in. You remember the story of the hare and the tortoise, right? Why? Question is why? Because our brain is wired for stories, not for now, not for last 20 years, not for last 200 years, but for last 14.6 billion years, since the matter got formed. After that, gradually things moved on. And then finally our ancestors came into being, the cavemen. They tried to communicate things. They tried to tell, don't go into that direction because over there the saber-toothed tiger is waiting for you. Don't go into that direction because over there this huge mammoth waiting for you. And don't go straight. If you go straight, over there these wild berries are there and they're very poisonous. Don't eat them. If we exist till date, at least it means that if our ancestors were not good storytellers, at least they were good story listeners, because they survived, because they heard those warnings and they didn't do that. Stories have been evolving. Storytelling has always existed. And stories are not about entertainment. Stories are not about fun. Stories are not about, I'm just listening to a story, I walk out and I forget. The stories are powerful. That's why the story that you are trying to communicate, be very, very cautious about what are the different nuances that you are trying to bring through the story. My question to you, my listeners, tell me, when I spoke about that language processing part, other than that, did vertical cortex get activated? Tell me how many of you could see the narrow lanes and the sub lanes and the broader streets and the archway and the courtyard and the deity, different levels of candles. Could you see? Did I see you to show you a picture? How was that possible? Because stories act through imagery. The vertical cortex gets activated. My question to you, my listeners, tell me how many of you could smell the jasmine of their first night, smell the jasmine in the bun of Madhuja, smell the jasmine when all the candles gathered around in the courtyard. What happened? Your sensory cortex got activated. Thank you, Reena. Uh, Tell me, my listeners, when Shibesh grabbed hold of the blanket, when he actually spread the blanket, and when he lied down on his back, which particular section of your brain got activated? It was the motor cortex. So, what happens? Storytelling is not only art, storytelling is science. You are dealing with something very serious because actually you are enabling and engaging with different sections of the listener's brain, be it in the corporate setting, be it because we work with B schools, we work with colleges, we work with schools, we work with hospitals, we work with corporates, but everywhere our medium is storytelling. If you look at the 100% pie chart of storytelling, 5% is the performance storytelling and 95% is applied storytelling. Next question: how many of you kept thinking what is going to happen next? Did you? That means dopamine got secreted in your brain. That means you are hanging in that cliffhanger moment, that you might grab hold of that cliff, you might walk up on the mountain, or you might fall down. You were waiting, and it means that actually it is going to have a long lasting effect on the listeners. And that is the brain science of storytelling, and I'm very happy to bring it in URL 2020. Thank you so much for giving me the platform, and I wish you happy storytelling and happy listening. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Priyanka, I think, ma'am, that was spellbound worthy performance, and such a great start, basically. And ma'am, I, on behalf of all the viewers, when you were talking, I was answering myself, even though you couldn't see me. And I think that is the power of your performance and the impact of your performance, because I was constantly interacting. uh, so, ma'am, I had this query, when you talked about the fact, the impact of storytelling in general, I just recalled for a brief moment that I think growing up, the stories that we hear from our parents, from our friends, from our grandparents, they shape us in ways that we do not even realize ourselves. I got into academics for the same reason, that I grew up listening to stories about being a teacher, the thrill of being a teacher from my parents. So, that stories have, subconsciously affected my entire life decisions. So, ma'am, why don't you tell us that, what is it? What memory do you have that made you realize that this storytelling as a platform, this entire passion for storytelling is something worthy to be talked about, to be researched about, to be experienced, and, to build a career around it? What was it? What strong memory do you have around stories that affected your decision?
Thank you, Anisha, for the question. I have been asked this question, I think, million times, because everybody thinks earning by telling stories is impossible. I also used to think so. I used to be an engineer, followed by an
Yes,
MBA, as I
yes,
said.
MBA.
Yeah, yeah.
Multi-talented, as I said.
But as Rabindranath Tagore says, জীবনের ধন কিছুই যায় না ফেলা, like
Hmm.
that. I think my engineering journey and my MBA journey is integrated and is interwoven into this storytelling journey, and how I realized about being a storyteller is the ikigai that I want to have in my life is I used to be a product manager. come business analyst. After joining the corporate, after being into the media house, over there I was handling the business stories and interacting with different stakeholders. I saw the truth is same, the letter is same, but the way you package it, the way you
Very
put it
different.
inside the envelope is going to be
That
so
makes all
different.
the difference.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
what I saw is, if you are going to purchase Complan or Horlicks or Bonvita or something else, XYZ, will depend on not on the infographics that, okay, 53.6% and 73.5%. No. What matters is the better story you can tell. And I was
Right.
wondering, okay, so it is about inanimate things, it is about product or service. What about human lives? What about you and me, Anisha? If when I work in corporates, talking about conflict management, talking about, so in conflict management, the boss and the subordinate stories are actually having a fight. It's not the boss and the subordinate, but their stories are fighting. When you are talking about the organization structure, the mission, vision, values, what are those? Nothing but the internal stories that you are percolating through the internal stakeholders, or the external stories that you are percolating to your market. So if our lives are so dependent on stories at every moment, why not tell the stories better? That's why I shifted.
Very true, ma'am. And thank God you did, because, we as a viewer, we are grateful that someone like you is taking up the importance of stories that go unnoticed but yet are so impactful in our day-to-day life and in major life-changing decisions as well. So thank you for bringing out that creative side in you and for creatively influencing so many viewers out there. We are truly grateful, ma'am, to have had you and to have started today's session with you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Please take care and stay safe and stay in touch, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anisha. Thank you,
Thank
NSHM, and thank
you.
you, URL. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. That was the exactly correct way to kickstart a Sunday afternoon. I mean, nostalgia. Pure nostalgia is the right blend of emotions, information, and entertainment, right, guys? And so, after that nostalgic ride, and after all of that amazing imaginary that we had because of this amazing storytelling session, we need to move on to what's next most important thing on our priority list on a Sunday afternoon, and that is movies, of course. I mean, how can a weekend go by without binging on some movies? And while you guys are addicted to the Netflix and chill sessions, I think it's sometimes important to also watch something that allows you to introspect better, right? I mean, something sometimes needs to be food for the brain and the soul as well, and not just for the eyes, right? And that is why we have an amazing movie screening up next. The film is named Infinite. And what is it all about? Basically, it's all about, oops, I'm not allowed to give the spoilers, right? But I'm allowed to tell a little about how this film actually was and on came on board with us. Basically, the COVID 19 is stuck way too long than we had imagined. The quarantine and the isolation is going on way too long as well. And because of all of this, the artists are supposed to suffer. Probably not, because artists, they always find a way to make their art count. And this film is basically going to talk about the new normal, the everything that's altogether new because of this new world that we have woken up to and which we are not prepared. But whatever I rest I keep on speaking is going to be a spoiler. So I'm going to bring on board with us right now two amazing people behind this film, that is Ranjita and Rupkatha Dam. And please, please, please let us welcome them on board with us now, right now. Hi Rupkatha. Hi Ranjita.
Hi,
Hi,
Hello. How are you guys?
I'm fine.
all fine.
Okay. I realized that, if we start this conversation without showing the movie first, then it is just going to act as a spoiler. And we do not want that to happen for the viewers. So we will continue this conversation after we show the movie to the viewers, right?
Yes,
So
let's go
let's
for the
have
movie.
the film. Exactly. Let's go for the film screening then.
What the heck, man? কিছুরই কি দাম নেই? না মানে কোথা থেকে আসছি সেটা জানা আছে তো? পরের দিন কিন্তু আমারই আমার দরকার পড়বে, হ্যাঁ।
আমি এত নেগলেক্টেড কেন? একটু যত্ন তো করাই যেতে পারে, পারে না?
উফ, কি জোর লাগলো বাবা, একটু আস্তে রাখবি তো, আবার ফেল করবো নয়তো।
क्या भाई क्या दोस्त नहीं है तेरे? इट्स नॉट यू, इट्स मी, जस्ट लीव मी अलोन फॉर सम टाइम। हो गया यार, रख दे मुझे, मार डालेगा क्या?
पिछले 2 दिनों से देश के अनेक भागों में लॉकडाउन कर दिया गया है।
How many roads must a man walk?
आज रात 12 बजे से पूरे देश में
You call him a man.
पूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है।
Is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
আজকালকার জেনারেশনের কি অবস্থা, টাইম পাস করার জন্য সারাদিন ফোন আর ওই ল্যাপটপ নিয়ে পড়ে থাকে। আরে ও এদিকে একটু তাকা, আমার দিকে না তাকালে তো জন্মেও পরীক্ষায় পাশ করতে পারবি না।
রাখুন তো মশাই ওসব ভাটার কথা, আপনাকে তো কোনোদিনই পাত্তা দিত না। অত সেন্টি খাওয়ার না কোনো দরকার নেই, বুঝলেন তো। ছোকরি আমায় ছেড়ে সারা দিনটা ওই ল্যাপটপ আর ফোন নিয়েই তো পড়ে আছে। ননসেন্স।
Bro, FYI, it's 2 already. Just put me down. Go get a life, man. Can you at least charge me? Please?
Oh, there you are. Well, out of the blue. Well, war cannot thrash art, you see.
আরে अब ये कौन है?
কি অদ্ভুত দেখতে।
অ্যাপোক্যালিপস হবে নাকি?
এমনিতে এতজন, এমনি পাত্তা পাই না, আবার আরেকজন উড়ে এসে জুড়ে বসে।
মরে গেল না তো?
This is really getting weird now.
Are we in the end game?
Hello. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand?
I think, first of all, every good film leads to a lot of discussions, inquiries, debates, and I think that's the quality of a good film, right? That it leads to a lot of discussions and debates. So while we have two amazing people who are behind the film, we also need someone to represent the viewers, and that is why we have a very beloved and very in-demand professor with us today. Shomo sir is here, who is going to represent all the queries from the perspective of the viewers, and we have the ones who are representing the film. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to start off with an amazing discussion about the film, because I think this film needs to be talked about, not just seen, right? So over to you guys.
Thank you. Okay, so congratulations, because in this lockdown you produced an entertaining film. I don't know about
Thank
the others, but personally I liked it. It's not the best film in the world, but I enjoyed it. I watched it twice, and I just got to know that I was surprised that I will be here discussing with you, but I tell you, this is absolute pleasure. First, some tough questions. Let's get into the hard talk part of BBC News. Why infinite?
The one who wrote
Okay,
the
the thing is
concept.
that. Oh, okay. Answer. Ranjita, go.
No, no, I didn't wrote. You wrote, na. I executed the film, so you will tell.
Okay, the thing is that, being honest, we had three conference calls on discussing about which name we should go for. We had them, we had Infinite, and then we had something known as oxymoron or something kind of. So the thing is that we don't know how long coronavirus will go and how long our quarantine period will go on. So that's the superficial level we chose the name Infinite. And then, as you see that we have used Bob Dylan as a reference, so that has an metaphorical level as well of choosing the name Infinite, because it's a loop, a continuous loop, and this character, it represents all of us, not a single person in this world, but every one of us right now. So we are in a continuous loop, and we don't know when the thing will end. So that's why it's infinite.
Okay. Uh, Now the second tougher question. You used a lot of montage, right? And
It's
sometimes strategic use of Bob Dylan and the strategic use of cricket at night, which highlights a particular comment. Are you making a political film?
sorry, I can't hear you.
Are you making a political film with montage, with the
Uh,
cricket, the sound
the
of cricket?
We made the film within 2 days. It was a 2 days filmmaking challenge for us. One day we wrote the story, one day shoot, and one day the whole editing part. So it was tough, and the story was much extended, and we minimized it because there was less time to show the movie. So I got a huge experience. I collected a huge experience, so it was good for me. And we
Asking is it political?
it
Actually,
is
sir, it's okay. Okay,
okay.
actually, you can take it as a political point of view also. We had lot more like criticism against government and many, but we didn't show that because we didn't have time and we didn't know the outcome. So yes, you can call it as a political satire. You can call it as a tragic comedy. So yeah, because you can see the montage of Bob Dylan saying the line that the first line of the song, and then cut to Modi's speech. So I hope that answers everything.
Okay, okay, okay. Who has written it?
Rupkatha. Rupkatha and
Okay,
Manisha. Rupkatha and Manisha
and
wrote it. And the players,
oh,
we are 6 people in the whole team, and all the voices are like they have all dubbed it. And it was like the concept was first we tried to personify things, but suddenly it came out so well that the things we use in daily life could be like such good characters for our film. So we used that only, and I think all of a sudden a new character joined us, and that is the mask, and that is the end. And the story was much extended, but I think there are like we don't need to show everything to the audience. Many things can be assumed, so there we ended that, and it was a nice experience all total. And we tried to take a risk to shoot all together, but then again a lockdown came, and there was a huge like
We had the plan of anthropomorphism, but anthropomorphism didn't work out. So we came down to
Exactly.
animism, and then this happened.
For our audience, can you just explain what you're meaning? The term
Anthropomorphism or
yes.
animism? Which one?
Both,
Okay,
both.
so it's that we thought both. The thing is that we wanted to give a voice to the inanimate objects around us. So we thought of portraying it. Yes, we thought of portraying it as a human first, bag as a human, then giving the real voice. But that didn't work out because we had the lockdown. We thought of playing it individually, and then we came down to animism, where the inanimate object was shown as an inanimate object, but it was personified and it had a voice of our voice in that case.
So
So
this lockdown.
Are you people professional filmmakers or students?
Not at all. We are students.
Students.
Okay, I'm sure when you will stop being students and start being professionals, you'll be really doing good. You'll be really doing good. So Anisha is here, and
I
thank
think
you,
so.
Anisha. That was a very in-depth discussion with almost professional students. Thank you, Anisha.
wrap
Thank
up,
you,
sir.
Rupkatha. Thank you, Ranjit. It was wonderful.
So before you wrap up, I will try to take a minute and thank you on behalf of all the viewers who are film enthusiasts, because I think you're one of the most credible representatives of every film enthusiast out there. Every query that you had, I was just out there and I was like, is he going to ask that next? Is he going to ask that next? And you are just doing exactly that. So thank you for the telepathy on behalf of all the film enthusiasts out there, sir. That was truly amazing session that you conducted. And to both of you.
Thank you.
Anisha Di, I like that intro which you gave in the first, and that was really like very enthusiastic. And
thank
yes, we
you.
will
And
not stop
Yeah,
making
and thank
films
you
in
for
lockdown.
you guys, because I realized the fact that as this isolation period and quarantine period is being lagged on, people are becoming less and less productive, and it's obviously affecting a lot of people psychologically. So the fact that you could come up with something with bare minimum, be creative, be productive, to actually be able to make a film during this situation, I think that deserves a standing applaud. But I'm not able to do that because of the situation, the virtual connection. But please imagine me doing that. And thank you guys for putting all this effort and for coming up with this film. And as I always say, it's a proud moment, because when you guys do something like this, I think sir would agree, the entire fraternity, as the entire institution sits there and they take a bow thinking that thank God for students like you. So to an amazing future beyond the quarantine, and to an amazing hopeful future that goes beyond this quote unquote infinite, right? So wishing you all safety. Please take care and stay in touch. And thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for this session.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Anisha.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
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 So, right. Before I talk about what's next, let's have a small time and a small video to tell you what exactly we have in store for you guys, so that you do not black out and you know exactly what's coming up. Let's have the video for today's entire planner. you know exactly what's in store for you. And I think that loop video was necessary so that you guys know that how much effort we have put in to make your Sunday afternoon worth it. Because I have to keep the promise, right? Promises are meant to be kept, not broken, you guys. Do not believe in that ideology. And I promised you that we are going to make every minute of you spending with us worth it and count it. So we try to ensure that it truly stays so. And so, after a URL talk, after an amazing movie screening, what's next? Well, next we have some amazing performance, because infotainment without entertainment cannot really be infotainment, right, guys? And by performance, we mean a mind blowing performance, a performance that's supposed to give you goosebumps, a performance that is supposed to take you to a world beyond the quarantine and into the surreal world of music and dance. And oh my god, some beautiful footwork and glacious moves and glorious music, right? You don't know what I'm talking about? Just wait and watch what I'm talking about, first of all. I mean, a woman with such grace, such elegance, and such talent. I wouldn't have been able to do justice to introducing a woman of such caliber, and hence this video, so that you guys know what exactly have we planned to grace you. And that is why, gracing us with her presence, we have Manju Vasil ma'am with us today. And what an honor, what a humbling experience, and what an honor. A true fan. And I will just let her performance do the talking. Ma'am, welcome to URL 2020, ma'am. Such an honor, ma'am.
Same here, same here. My pleasure.
If I could, ma'am, I would be touching your feet right now to take your
Okay.
blessings. And I am so humbled that you could come here and grace us all with your performance. And ma'am, before we go on, I think please tell us about the music to which you'll be performing today, and also the entire choreography that you have planned for us before you blow us off and blow our mind with your performance.
Sure. Thank you so much for giving me this platform. And my thanks to all the viewers who are there right now watching me. I am here because of them. That's fact. Today I will do one poetic expressional Kathak song. It is called Dadara, and it is totally expressional abhinay. We call it in our dance field, we call this abhinay, expression bhav paksh. So it's a very this Nike belongs to UP and sung by a very renowned artist Malini Awasthi ji, and due permission of her and from all of you, I will present a little piece of Dadra in front of you.
Ma'am, I have goosebumps with excitement just listening to it. So, ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
रंगी साड़ी चुनरिया हो रंगी साड़ी गुलाबी चुनरिया हो मोहि मारे हो मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे रंगी साड़ी रंगी साड़ी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे पहनी सारी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे जावो जी जावो सरोना बतिया जावो जी जावो भुइया जावो जी जावो जावो जी जावो भुइया जावो जी जावो भुइया जावो जी जावो भुइया जावो जी जावो जावो जी जावो सरोना बतिया अजीब वाली है मोरी उमरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे रंगी साड़ी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे मोहि मारे नजरिया सांवरिया रे
बीत चुकी है सारी रतिया, 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 अभी लौटी नहीं है सवरिया रे, अभी लौटी नहीं है सवरिया रे, मोहे मारे ओ मोहे मारे नजरिया सवरिया रे, मोहे मारे नजरिया सवरिया रे, रंगी साड़ी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे, मोहे मारे ओ मोहे मारे, हाय मोहे मारे नजरिया सवरिया रे, 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 मोहे मारे नजरिया सवरिया रे।
Ma'am, this performance just deserves me touching your feet and taking your blessings, because I don't think clapping will do enough justice to the kind of performance you just gave right now. So, ma'am, please, please bless me. And it was such a honor, ma'am, to just see you perform. It was surreal. I think that is the only word that I have right now. That it was truly, truly, truly a surreal moment for me to be sitting here and experiencing you dancing. Out of the world moment for me, ma'am. And it was truly a fangirl movement. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that performance. Ma'am, why don't you tell us about how is your quarantine going, ma'am, amidst this whole situation?
Yes, yes. We all, all artists, they always need stage, audience. This time we are not getting there, but I am seeing every artist through their interaction, through their videos, they are very, very active in the social media. And I am also doing the same thing, doing videos, doing dance, teaching my students, and so they should get involved in other activities rather than to listen to the news or I mean this is the situation and we have to tackle with this. Why not should we go through positive way? So I think it's my I'm telling to you people, everybody should listen to the music. Trust me, I am listening music. I listen to the music every day, but this time it is really helping all of us. I mean, nothing can beat music, dance, and any other activities which you really like to do. And I am doing cooking also. So many other things, hidden talent, I can say that. So everybody is trying hard to get over from this situation right now.
Ma'am, you are truly an epitome for proving the fact that you can never take an art out of an artist, and a pandemic is not enough to be able to do that. So, ma'am, I think pandemic or no pandemic, it was surreal seeing you perform, but I cannot wait for this pandemic to get over so that I can actually see you performing live. And I'm counting days to be able to do that, ma'am, because what an amazing performance that was, that it has left me speechless, ma'am. So, ma'am, truly, ma'am,
Glad,
thank
I'm
you.
so glad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
to
much, ma'am.
whole team and giving me this opportunity. I'm very
Thank
thankful
you,
and
ma'am. It
grateful.
has been our honor, ma'am. Thank you. Please take care, ma'am.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
You too. You too. Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Bye.
I think that was a humbling experience because I am a fan and I have been fan for the longest of time. And guys, Kathak, the grace that it comes along with it, the elegance that Kathak has, the music, I think it just transports you to another world altogether that's beyond this hell of a ride that quarantine is offering to us at the moment, right? And thank God for that experience because that was truly needed. And I don't know if you have noticed, but I am noticing it in myself that when I started off this session, my eyes were like, because I was a little bit sleepy. I mean, come on, Sundays are meant for the afternoon naps. But as the show progresses and as I'm getting myself exposed to all of this talent, my eyes are now wide open. And I am really excited because this is what and this is how I would like to spend every Sunday afternoon, right? And I think you would want that as well. Because as the show progresses, I'm pretty sure that you viewers are realizing the fact that Anisha does keep her promise, right? And so, keeping my promise and making your every minute worth it, we are moving on to our next performance. And for our next performance, we have with us a school student who is studying in the 10th standard right now, but talk about intimidating someone. And I am truly intimidated by his talent. And this small child makes me feel up with tears. He's filled with so much of talent. He is blessed with magical fingers and he's here to entertain us all with instrumental Bollywood. I hate to say this that we have a generation gap between us, but this generation truly knows how to make people go spellbound with the performance. Hello, Dipti. Hello, how are you? Fine. Okay. Now, the first things first is that people are here and they are waiting for you to start performing and for me to stop blabbering. So, I'm going to go off the screen and I'm going to let it all over to you to start with your performance. Okay? All the best. Let's start. দিব্যি
থ্যাংক ইউ।
খুব 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 ভালো ছিল পারফরমেন্সটা। আর এতই ভালো ছিল কি আমি ডিস্টার্ব করিনি আর মাঝখানে, বিকজ আমি নিজেও একদম চা কফি নিয়ে বসে পড়েছিলাম, ভালো করে এনজয় করছিলাম পারফরমেন্সটা। আর এত ভালো পারফরমেন্স মাঝে মাঝে চলে আসতাম, ব্যাপারটা রেগে যেত লোকজন। তাই জন্য আমি সবাইকে ফেভার করলাম, আর আমিও নিজে চুপচাপ এনজয় করছিলাম পারফরমেন্সটা। ভেরি 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 গুড পারফরমেন্স। I think that was really good performance, and such a talented individual you are, দিব্যি। খুব খুব talented তুমি। এই যে কোয়ারেন্টাইনের মধ্যে সবাই তো ঘুমিয়ে খেয়ে কাটিয়ে দিচ্ছে, আর তুমি যে এইসব বাড়াচ্ছ, ইউ আর ইউজিং ইউর টাইম, ইউ বিং প্রোডাক্টিভ, পড়াশোনা থাকতেও, মাথায় প্রেশার থাকতেও। মানে আমি যখন ক্লাস 10-এ ছিলাম, আমি তো জাস্ট কিছু করতাম না, যেরকম হোক করে পাস করব পরীক্ষা, আমার লাইফে আর কোনো গোল ছিল না। তো তুমি যে এই যে মাল্টি ট্যালেন্টেড ভাবে ইউ আর ইউজিং ইউর টাইম, you are practicing music and you're following your passion even alongside your studies. I think kudos for that. And thank you so much, Dibbi, তুমি আসলে and আমাদের entertain করলে। Stay safe and ভালো থেকো, and stay in touch. আবার দেখা হবে জলদি। চলো, টাটা। So, guys, after that amazing performance, I was truly, truly, truly spellbound with the fact that this generation, that makes me feel old, but never mind. This generation is filled with talent, you guys, and filled with so much of energy to be able to get out of the bed and do something that's beyond sleeping. I mean, trust me, from the morning till the night, I can only think about two things, and that's on my priority list, and that's eating and eating. And oh, did I mention eating? I don't think I am productive beyond that. So, such talent, you guys. And I think that's the beauty. That's the beauty of young people. That's the beauty of people with so much of talent, with so much of versatility, that they are able to look beyond all the negativity that surrounds us. And I think URL 2020 is exactly the platform to cater to that, to cater to the positivity and to the hope that lies beyond everything that's happening in the world now. I know the chances look grim and the situation looks really dull, but with hope comes hope for humanity, and with hope for humanity comes the chances for survival, and we shall survive this too, and this too shall pass, right? It's a momentary phase, and just like the good doesn't stay for long, the bad doesn't either. But enough of all those gloomy talks. I think you have logged on and you are a part of the URL 2020 because you want me to do less of talking and to serve you on a golden platter with more of entertainment. And your wish is justifiably, truly my command, because I need to stop blabbering and I need to introduce to you guys the star performer, a rock star by his own rights. And that's why we have with us today Hani Jamal. And he's here all the way from Oman. And no kidding, he truly is all the way from Oman here. Thank God for virtual world and digitalization that we are actually having an international performer amongst us today. Hello, honey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I would like to believe that I'm doing fine as well. That's what will keep me going and surviving. How is your quarantine going?
It's been going really well. Just overall, I'm still having university, and I actually have finished my exam this morning. I had one this morning and kind of rushed over for this one. But things are going really really well. Other than the exam parts, which are hectic, but other than that, it is going really well.
I hope that the answer that you have and the situation looks better in Oman right now, way better than it is here right at the moment. So please do pray for us that the situation gets better here as well, because the situation truly looks very depressing right now in our country. But I think what is really needed right now to spread positivity is for you to start the performance. I think
Oh
that's
my
going to
God, that's so
kickstart all
nice!
the
Wow. Okay.
positivity. So I'm leaving it over to you, honey, to kickstart your performance, and looking forward to it.
Thank you. All right. I am going to be performing for you guys a bunch of stuff. And for the next 20 minutes, it is my job to keep you entertained. So let's start off, shall we? I feel by the wayside, like everyone else. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, but I was just kidding myself. Or every moment I start to play. Cause now that you're gone, all I hear were the words that I needed to say. When you hurt under the surface, like troubled water running cold. Well, time can heal, but this won't. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So, before you go, it was never the right time, whenever you cool. I went little by little until there was nothing at all. Or every moment I thought I would play. Cause now that you're gone, all I hear were the words that I needed to say. When you hurt under the surface, like troubled water running cold. Well, time can heal, but this won't. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So, before you go, would it be better off by now if I let my walls come down? But baby, I guess we'll never know. You know, you know. Before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So, before you go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Before You Go by Louis Capaldi. He's one of my favorite singers right now. So I'm gonna move on to the next song. Fun fact: I started singing when I was 17, which is considered pretty late. I mean, of course, even the person who played the guitar earlier, but he was just 10th grade, and like a lot of people have this assumption that if you don't start at a young age, then that means you will never really be good at music, which is an incredibly wrong thing. Because that's not how music works at all. It's all about practice. It's all about dedication. It's all about putting your time in. And when you keep doing that, that's how you get better. And it's never, ever about whether you're born with talent. Of course, some people are going to be a little bit better than others. But just like with everything else, if you put in enough time and you put in enough effort, you're going to be good at it. I'm not saying that I'm good at it. I think I think I'm pretty terrible. I'm really confused why I'm even here. But for most people, it's very, very easy to. I mean, not easy. It definitely is going to take a lot of hard work. But as you keep doing it, you realize that you just keep getting better and better. And that's the beauty of music. You can get good at it no matter what. Okay, so this next one that I'm going to perform is an original that I've written myself. and it's something that's very close to my heart, and it's something that if I had if I had a bio, a profile song, like a profile picture, if I had a profile song, this is the song that would come on. This is called Home. I was born yesterday and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. So many roads ahead of me, I need someone to show. I'd like to go to places I've never dreamt of before. From cities to farms, looking for a place to call home. I say home, home, a place to call home. I say home, a place to call home. I want to meet a bunch of people from all around the world. Get shy and weirded out standing next to pretty girls. My mind keeps on telling me to go to Paris or Rome. I'm hoping I can find some place to call home. I said home. Burn all the bridges and the boats, there's nowhere I'd rather go. Put up a picture of my mother on my bedroom wall. It don't matter if your home is in the Americas or Greece, just as long as you can lay down and rest in peace. I said I said home, home, home. Oh, I found a place to call All right, that was I don't know if you could have told it by the song, but the song is called Home. Just repeated it like 50,000 times. Yeah, I hope you like that one. That was something that I wrote myself. It's something that I perform almost everywhere I go, just because of how much how much I like it. Yeah. All right, so I want to do another cover now, and this is a again, I think it's a fan favorite for most people who listen to pop, and so I think it's something that I just feel like should be there in any playlist. So here we go. All right, this is Photograph by Ed Sheeran. Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing we take with us, so when we die, we keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, hearts were never broken, time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet, and you won't ever be alone. wait for me to come home. Loving can heal, and loving can mend your soul. It is the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes, but it's the only thing we take with us when we die. We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, hearts were never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. And if you hurt me, that's okay, baby. Only words bleed inside these pages. You just hold me. Love won't ever let you go. Wait for me to come home. 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 So you can fit me inside the necklace you got when you were 16. Next to your heart, be where I should be. Keep it deep within your soul. And if you hurt me, but that's okay, baby. Only words bleed inside these pages. You just hold me. And love won't ever let you go. And when I'm away, I will remember how you kissed me under the lamppost back on 6th Street. I'm hearing you whisper through the phone. Wait for me to come home.
I am not supposed to disturb you, and the viewers are going to
How
curse
dare
me
you?
for coming in between because such an amazing performance, and I'm here popping up on the screen. But I could not resist myself from applauding for you once because,
Oh, thank
on behalf
you.
of all the viewers, I think you deserve that because that was truly almost feeling like a live concert. And so, since you cannot get the
Is this not a
response,
live
I, on
concert?
behalf I think on behalf of all the viewers, here is me applauding for you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
before we move on with your performance, I had a small query. You
Yes.
are an amazing performer, truly so.
Oh,
But what did
stop.
stuck with me, what
Yeah.
did stuck with me, the right chord was the fact that you write songs and you perform home. And I really would like to know what is it that made you pick up the pen and the paper and start writing songs? What is that journey, the story behind that?
Okay, so I mean, the main reason why I learned how to play the guitar and how to, I tried to learn how to sing was to write songs. That was my main purpose from the get-go.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I think the thing is there are a lot of when people communicate with one person to another, there's a lot of what do you say, gap between both of them culturally and economically and all those stuff. So but when it comes to music and when it comes to writing songs and you just get to the core of it, and when you write songs, it's all very plain. Like there's not a lot of complications with it. Like I can sing this song to anyone. I mean, of course, they have to know English, but other than that, like anyone who knows English and who can listen to this, it doesn't matter how rich they are, how poor they are, or what status in society they have. Like you can relate to it, and that's the beauty of it all. And I've always wanted to communicate with people like that, and I guess you could say that that was the reason why I started.
And I think your song truly breaks all the barriers. So
Oh,
you
thank
are
you.
truly, truly successful in doing that. And I'm going to let you take over again because I just want to take a moment for uploading you and for
Oh,
praising you because
thank you
I
very
truly
much.
couldn't resist myself. So over to you again, Ani.
You're too nice. Thank you very much. Seriously. So, now I'm gonna play my next song. And I'm very excited. I'm excited to play all of these songs. I love all of these songs. I'm always excited to play, and I'm just gonna continue doing that. So yeah, this is yes another song. This is a song called 4 5 Seconds, and it was written by Kanye West, Paul McCartney, and Rihanna sings in it as well. So I'm very excited to sing this song, and I really, really like it. It's the first time I've ever performing this, so it's really nice. Just gonna start that over. I think I've had enough. I made a mistake. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna start that over. There we go. I think I've had enough. I might get a little drunk. I say what's on my mind. I might do a little time. 'Cause all of my kindness, it's taken for weakness. Now I'm 4 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm just trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell me, oh, that's all I want. Woke up an optimist. The sun was shining and positive. Then I heard you were talking trash. Hold me back, I'm about to spaz. Yeah, I'm 4 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm just trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell me, oh, that's all I want. And I know that you're up tonight, thinking, how could I be so selfish? But you call about 1,000 times, wondering where I've been. Now I know that you're up tonight, thinking, how could I be so reckless? But I just can't apologize. I hope you can understand. If I go to jail tonight, promise you pay my bail. See, they wanna buy my pride, but that just ain't up for sale. See, all of my kindness, it's taken for weakness. Now I'm 4 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm just trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell me, oh, that's all I want. 4 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday. I'm just trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell me, oh, that's all I want. All right, I hope you guys like that one. That was called 4 5 Seconds. Paul McCartney, Kanye West, and Rihanna. That was again, it was such a nice song. I really love singing these stuff. Just it has a really nice acoustic feel to it, and it's kind of those songs that make you really love music, you know. All right, so I am going to do another original I hope you guys like this as well. So this is called Blue. Mm. And also it's one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. So I'd really like to, yes, really like to perform this right now. There we go. I walk these roads, but it keeps coming back to you. Only you, when I see those eyes looking side to side, not to me. No, never me. Time goes on, my life goes by. It's been a while since I heard you cry. You know it's stupid what we went through. 'Cause now I'm blue and I'm thinking about you. Don't make me leave, 'cause you still do. And I won't lie, no, not to you. I'll wipe those tears, will you do it too? 'Cause now I'm blue. Mm-hmm. Ooh. All these movies keep telling things that don't come true. They're not true. Yet the stars, they shine as if you were always mine. Time goes on, my life goes by. It's been a while since I heard you cry. You know it's stupid what we went through. 'Cause now I'm blue and I'm thinking about you. Don't make me leave, 'cause you still do. And I won't lie, not to you. I'll wipe those tears, will you do it too? 'Cause now I'm blue. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. Um, Again, it's very hot in here. Some sweat got my eye. But again, that was one of my favorite songs. Also, and I'm obviously not saying that to cover up my tears. It's the sweat, guys. So, okay. I have one last song to perform for you guys, and this is actually a fan favorite. Like everyone loved. There's not a person in this world that doesn't love it. When I heard that I was going to do this, my first question was, okay, what song am I going to end it with? And there was not a doubt in my mind which song I was going to finish it off with. So, yeah, let's do that then. The karaoke for this song was created by a very, very good friend of mine. He's a very, very talented producer, and I've worked with him many, many times before. So I didn't want to do just a regular version of it. I wanted to do a special version of it, where there's a new person singing it, new person who played the instrument. So very excited to play this. I hope you guys are ready. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you?
Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. Okay, well, that was the end of the concert. I hope you guys
And
enjoyed that.
I think I can't help becoming a huge fan of yours, and I say that on behalf of all the viewers. And
Follow
I
me on
truly, truly,
Instagram,
truly,
Hani
truly,
Pijamal.
truly. Okay, sure. Thank you for that update because I'm going to do that right now.
Okay,
So thank you for that amazing performance, and
thank you.
thank you for truly breaking all the barriers. And I think if I have to see one silver lining of this pandemic, it was truly the fact that we could actually have access to this performance because of this entire
Please
virtual
stop.
world.
I'm blushing.
Thank you so much. Please stay safe and take care and stay in touch. And I'm going to follow you right now on Instagram to know more about your music. So doing that right away and telling all the viewers to do the same because truly, truly, truly such an amazing performer you are.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. So, guys, wrapping up URL 2020 with a heavy heart. I mean, the last time I said that, I truly had my heart break into 1,000 small pieces. But this time, I'm not going to do the same because we are not done. And just because you guys felt the same, that is why we came back with URL 2020. So, if we keep getting your positive response, we are surely not going to put the full stop anytime soon. So, I'm guaranteeing you with that. So please stay tuned for more updates as to when we come back with URL 2020 again. But until then, I would like to take a few moments to truly tell you how grateful we are on behalf of this entire team that works on URL 2020, for the viewers, for the artists, for the amazing performers, for the people who are staying tuned to us and who are truly becoming a part of this URL family, because we together have only one motto, and that is to get over this pandemic with a positive set of mind and with a positive outlook towards life. Because what is life without that positivity, right, guys? So, to keep that positivity intact, we come up with URL 2020 so that we know how exactly you should be spending your weekends. And it shouldn't just be Netflix and chill, you guys. It should be something more than that. It should be food for the soul and food for the brain. And that is why URL 2020 is here. So remember, I would always keep my promise of making each moment and each minute count and worth it that you spend with us. On behalf of that, I am counting on you to survive this pandemic with a positive outlook towards life, because we shall get over it very soon. Okay. So, spreading positivity all around, staying positive, stay safe, stay healthy, take care, take all the necessary precautions, and remember, this too shall pass. Coming back soon with URL 2020 again, and thank you again for your amazing response. I, Anisha Rai, sign off today, but I hope to see you soon again. Take care. Bye bye.